Kyler Murray making headlines, and it's not just for that massive 5-year, $230.5 million contract extension he signed with the Cardinals, but also for this seemingly odd homework clause put into his new deal. The contract stipulates that the quarterback must engage in at least 4 hours of independent study per week during the NFL season. It even has language disallowing Murray from engaging in other distractions during these study hours, like video games and browsing the internet. Now, with all that said, Murray has shown improvement each year since he was selected first overall by the Cardinals in the 2019 NFL Draft. His QB rating has increased, interceptions have gone down, completion percentage has increased, and I'm sure that this new clause isn't something Murray really wanted out in the public eye, but here we are. Let's welcome in our former Super Bowl champ, Bryant McFadden. All right, so a homework clause for Kyler Murray, not the best look. What does this say to the team, to the country, to the fans, other players, other teams reading this?
Well, I guess for any individual, Jenny, that's outside the organization, that's not associated with the team, that's not necessarily in the building every day, it tells all of us that Kyler Murray does not study. Kyler Murray does not watch film away from the facility. He's not putting in the extra time that quarterbacks need to put in to be able to be at their best on game day. And they want to force this issue because this is the first time I've ever heard this type of language in a contract, especially a contract that's specific for a quarterback. Think about this. Think about all the contracts we've been able to talk about, right? Analyze. This is the first time. This is the first time ever. So for this to get out, the team just said, listen, we know you don't study. We want to reward you for what you've been able to do, but we want to make sure that we emphasize more studying. And you talked about video games. I think he has a deal with Stitch and some other video game companies. And it seems to be that he's probably devoted more time to that element in his life than actually being ready to go on game day. So me personally, this tells all of us that Kyler Murray, he hasn't been studying. And it's mind-boggling because he's been successful, to say the least, but he just hasn't he has not put in the extra work that quarterbacks need to do. Quarterbacks need to be the most prepared player on the football field. Quarterbacks need to be the first player into the building, the last player out of the building, because their job, their position calls for them to do so much more that's not require any physical skill set. It's about the mental, the cerebral part. And clearly, Kyler Murray has not been doing that so far in Arizona.
Yeah, it's certainly not a good look whatsoever. I'm sure that this is something that they've had talked about internally for quite some time. Now that it's all out there, it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out this season.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.